Games, ponies, and play, winter of 2. Lyra, can I speak for you for a moment? Raindrops asked, still using that overly calm tone of voice. Lyra swallowed and nodded, followed the Pegasus away from the table. The rest of the ponies watched the pair of them, momentarily fascinated by the tension in the air. As soon as they were distanced away from the table, Raindrops turned to the musician. With a tense look on her face, he said, "Okay, they're all still looking. Keep acting nervous." Luckily, Lyra had her back to the table at the moment, so the expression of surprise that crossed her face remained hidden. "Wait, so you're not mad at me?" "Not really," Raindrops said. "I left myself open and you took advantage of it. I probably would have done the same thing if our positions were reversed. But I was thinking that now you own me, and I might make the others think twice about attacking me for a few turns. They believe I'm furious right now." Lyra struggled to breathe a sigh of relief, but remembered herself and cringed a little instead. "Oh, good. I was worried for a minute you let a simple game go to your head. Of course, I'm not going to let you keep that space." Lyra paused, and a thin smile settled on her face. "Do you really think you could get it back that easily?" "I've got 2 units, got 1. Seems like a foregone conclusion." "Did you forget about my Air Force in Tatanaka?" Raindrop's smile slipped for a second. "That only works if I don't attack at Takanaka myself." "Yes, but you had to give up on getting Killa back this turn. And then I'll surround your navy on all sides and split your forces in 2. Lyra bowed her head slightly and started backing away, still speaking softly enough for only 2 of them to hear. "I'm the one holding all the cards here. Let's not forget." She backed away, maintaining this without letting the others at the table see what she was doing. Raindrops let her go. For the life of her, she couldn't think of anything to say. "I would give almost anything to hear what they're talking about," Trixie said, watching Raindrops and Lyra having their showdown. "Me too," Shirley agreed, turning her attention back to the pony sharing the table with her. "Anyway, looks like the game will be taking a new turn soon, eh, Trixie?" The showmare didn't respond immediately, acting unusually quiet. Then she looked up with determination. "Trixie, Shirley, could you give CT and I some space? We need to have a talk." Shirley blinked and looked like about to say something, but Dissy laid a hoof on her shoulder and pulled her back. "Of course." Trixie waited for the 2 of them to get up and walk away, returning to look at her friend in the eye. Carrot Top tilted her head questioningly, clearly unsure about how this was going to go down. Trixie sighed, took a moment to gather her thoughts, and reached out to tap a game board between them. "I've been thinking of how to stop you from taking any more territories," she began, indicating the Green Air Force smack dab in the middle of her country. "But that last move was just genius. I had no idea what's in my supply centers you're going to attack this turn. The only way for me to defend them both is to retreat all of my own air forces. And that means giving up on getting any new territories. It would also leave only my navy to stand against the rest of your pieces, and you'll be able to push it away easily." Carrot Top tried to interject, but Trixie held her up quickly. "Let me see my piece. There's no way I could beat your armies back in the game. Nobody else's units are near enough to do anything to help either. I thought of half a dozen different ways to trick you into messing up, but I don't think any of them would work. Your playing has just been too perfect." Again, Carrot Top tried to streak, but Trixie quickly moved on. "So, there's only one thing I could think of to try not to get knocked out." She breathed in and out slowly, then leaned forward in earnest. "Carrot Top, please don't eliminate me from the game." The farmer blinked. Whatever she had been expecting, that wasn't it. "Trixie, We've only been playing for less than an hour," Trixie interrupted, wanting to get it all out, "and I haven't been able to do much of anything so far. I've wanted to play this game for a long time, and I don't know when I'll get a chance to play again, and I don't want to stop playing so soon." "Trixie!" Carrot Top said forcefully, clapping once to get her friend's attention. "Of course I won't talk to you." Trixie froze mid-rant, her mouth hanging open. "You won't?" "Of course," Carrot Top repeated. She came around the table and wrapped Trixie in a quick hug. "We're friends, remember? If that's important to you, I'll hold off attacking. The important thing is that we're having fun, right?" "Yeah," Trixie glanced quietly, relief evident in her voice. "But only for one turn, okay? I don't want to feel like you're going easy on me." "All right," Carrot Top chuckled. "Now I'm dying to hear what they're talking about," Dizzy said, watching the two of them share a hug at the table. I saw Trixie trying to fight off Carrot. What does she say to get our good side like that so quickly? Maybe it wasn't her, Shirley pondered out loud. Carrot's surprisingly good at this. Maybe she's the one to pass things up. Dizzy blew out slowly. Listen, I've been doing some thinking and I... Hold that thought, Shirley said suddenly, bright light shining in her eyes for a second. I just saw something. I've got to talk to Trixie right away. Oh, sorry, Dizzy. I'll be back. She left quickly, leaving the gray mare alone in the middle of the room staring at her, biting her lip and looking around. She spotted Lyra walking dejectedly from Raindrops. Maybe I'll have better luck with her. Looks like you got your heartwarming cancelled, she said, meeting her halfway back to the table. Lyra looked up and spared a glance over her shoulder. Raindrops is getting caught up in the game real hard. I've got a mental game set up that'll keep her occupied for a bit, but I'm not convinced it'll last very long. I don't know. I'm not really having as much fun as I thought. I know what you mean. Dizzy tilted her head to indicate the other three. Cheerleading is enjoying yourself, but I don't know about the other two. I think some pony needs to win this thing and win it fast. Ha! Lyra snorted. That's easier said than done. You've only got 4 units, and unless I miss my guess, that's going to drop soon. Dizzy leaned in conspiratorially. Yes, but I think I got a plan. See, I was talking to Twilight. You know, Chelly, this idea of yours is pretty devious. Call it a favor you owe me. Can you do it? Of course. Who do you think you're talking to? It's only a little modification, and the illusion crap this fellow's play. We'll do it now, while no pony's watching. We just might get up a leg up on the others with this. Just let me remember where I stashed the things. I know every pony thinks I'm some kind of military genius. I don't know actually where that's coming from. So, Raindrops said slowly, does that mean you don't know what I should do about the buffalo? Carrot shied and dropped back against her chair. I don't know. The spaces we started with are important, right? We can't put down new units anywhere else. I think it's your best interest to get it back. Raindrops means. That's about what I was thinking too. So, was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Carrot Top threw back her head and turned to glare down the game board, but said nothing. Raindrops tilted her head slightly. Is there something you want me to do for you? After a few moments, the farmer nodded softly and tapped a spot on the map. Here, right here. I don't know why she's left it so open, but if you could take this, the whole side of the board changes, and the two of us gain a ton of breathing room. You might be onto something there, Raindrops mused, rubbing her chin and thought. It might take me a while to get over there, though. I don't have a unit in the area just yet. Take your time. If she hasn't done anything yet, she'll probably keep annoying it. Carrot Top said in a cool tone, but inside was more furious with herself. Why did I tell her that? Now she does believe I'm a secret general even more. Unless... Am I a secret general? Oh, no, I am, aren't I? Maybe I should accept it. So, what are you two talking about? You spent nearly the entire round together, Trixie asked. Lyra and Dizzy shared a glance together before the musician nodded. Just hashing out some ideas. We haven't had much of a chance to talk to each other since the game began. Mind if I borrow Dizzy for a while? The turn's about to end, and I've got to confirm something while there's still time. Sure! Dizzy nodded to one of the bookcases, lining the walls, and the two of them leaned against it casually. This is about Carrot Top, right? I'm not sure I could protect all of my territories this turn. Is there any way I could convince you to send anything up north this turn? Dizzy shook her head and chuckled. I don't know you noticed, but I'm not in the best of situations myself. Trixie chewed her bottom lip pensively. This is about the camels. You're lined up to take Bronconia from me, and this time there's no way to stop it. Dizzy pulled up her map and gestured with her wing. 3 units, lined up in a row against my 2. It's a coin flip of figuring out which unit's going to lead the attack. But my money's on the army of Phaedric. She'll want to keep the other 2 defending the coastline. So what do you plan to do? Trixie asked. I'm gonna save the unit, at least, Dizzy confided. If I had the sea space with my support of my air force, I could stretch our navy and push it out of the way. I'll lose my territory, but at least I'll be able to fight back. If it all falls apart, that unit's getting support instead of lending support. But like I said, I think that's not what she's going to do. Well, I wish you luck, Trixie said, pushing the map down, gesturing at the back table. You better go right down your moves. I've already finished mine. Right, Dizzy said, walking out to place to ride on. Trixie watched her go for a few seconds, before tilting her head a little to the side and whisper, Did you hear all that? Perfectly, Charlie said softly. Around the area of Trixie's ear where an earring might be worn. Trixie smiled with an undisguised pleasure at success, and after making one last check to make sure the tiny visible spell was still working, walked back to the rest of the group. This is the second winter turn, Twilight began. Once everybody had been seated, it turned in their orders. So, this is for the new units. There's a few unexpected moves, so let's get started. First, the Elks moved their army from Hillar to the western Badlands. Neither their other army or their navy units moved, but surprisingly their air force went south to Latico, one of the undefended griffin species. Kirita caught Trixie's eye, and the two of them shared a slight nod. The Griffins, meanwhile, Twilight continued, tried to send their navy into the Iceflow Sea, but since the Elks' navy didn't move, they got stopped. Their first air force moved into Salila, and the second stays put in Kanja, claiming it. Trixie gets one new unit this turn. Now here's the tricky part, so try to keep up. The Pony's navy attacks the Sea of Tranquility with the support from their air force in Canterlot. However, Campbell's navy is attacking right back in Bronconia. With the support of the army in Parved and the one in Phaedric, 3 against 2, so the Ponies lose. So, I got to move the navy somewhere else? Dizzy asked, reaching over to do just that. Twilight grimaced and held out her arm to stop her. Normally, yes, but there's a special situation here. See, the navy can't go out to sea because that's where the attack is coming from. Because it's a navy, it can't go any further inland. Your only options are to go along the coast. Parville is occupied, so you can't go in there. So that leaves only Everfree, Raindrops asserted. This is a territory no piece can go into. Dizzy frowned. So what happens to my unit? In this case, Twilight used her magic to pick up the piece and place it back in the game box. This unit's crushed and is one of the only ways to destroy a unit in this game. Anyway, Charlie gains control of Bronconia, and her other piece stays put in the Western Sea, so that's 2 new spaces for her. And I know it's 2 units I need, Charlie said, pulling them out of the box. Don't get ahead of yourself, Twilight warned, pulling a yellow buffalo flag out of its box. The buffalo's army and Pete moved up and took your Nekwa, you're only getting 1 new piece in your turn. Charlie sucked in a startled breath and quickly glanced at Lyra, who struck unconsciously. The Tapir's navy and the Azure Reaches attacked the Intruder Aquila with support of their air force, Twilight continued, but the Buffalo retreated on their own back to Penstan. Their air force also moved down to the abandoned Azure Reaches. The other armies moved up to hit Catan and stayed put in Calabera, gaining them new supply centers this round. The Tapir also gained a new territory this turn, as their navy in the Horse Steppes holds and claims the space. But the other navy moved back into Kavila to protect it, leaving Zeldia to be taken and claimed by Ditsy. So does this mean I still have 4 supply centers? Ditsy asked. Twilight nodded. Yep. Even though your number of territories stayed the same, since you lost a unit, you'll get to place a new one this turn. Finally, the Pony's Air Force moved into the Gulf of Hippopotamia, and that's it. The 7 ponies looked down at the board in silence, already planning out their next moves with this new knowledge. They've finally gotten used to the mechanics of the game, and now they could play in earnest. And interestingly enough, the next chapter is longer than the other previous ones. That's why I've been doing this only piece by piece by piece. Enjoy!